Psalm 32, 8 through 11.
Did you know that there are 3 levels on which God can deal with you, and you must determine the level? You must decide, is God going to treat me like a thing, like an animal, or like one of His own children? You'll find this in Psalm 32, verses 8 through 11. You see, God had to treat David like a thing. You find that in verses 3 and 4. When God's hand was heavy upon him, David was rebelling. David was not acting like God's child. David was not acting the way he should act. Instead of confessing his sin, he was covering his sin. And my Bible says, "He that covereth his sin shall not prosper." What did God do? He had to treat David like a thing. He just put his hand upon David and began to squeeze all of the life out of him. Well, David finally woke up, and David confessed his sin. In verse 9 of Psalm 32, God had to treat David like an animal. God says, "Be ye not like a horse, or like the mule, that have no understanding, whose mouth must be held in with bit and bridle, else they will not come near unto thee." You see, David had been like a horse when he sinned. Impulsively, he rushed ahead and sinned. And then he became like a mule. He became stubborn and would not confess his sin. And God had to deal with him like an animal. But God wants to deal with us like children. Verse 8 of Psalm 32, "I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye." That means with my eye upon you. You see, God doesn't want to have to control us with bits and bridles. Oh, sometimes He has to do that. Sometimes He has to give us sickness or handicap or accident to break our wills. He said, "I'd much rather guide you with my eye upon you. I'd much rather instruct you." Now, you can instruct a horse and a mule to a certain extent, but not like you can a child. Decide today, is God going to treat you like a thing because you're rebelling? Like an animal because you won't let Him teach you? Or will you let God guide you like His own child? Oh, how much He loves you. And He wants to work in you and through you and for you to bring about His very best in your life today.